Hi, Giraffe family, it's Miss Jeffries, and I'm super excited because the AR book came home this weekend. I'm going to share with you a little bit about the Accelerated Reader Program and how to help your giraffe become a rock star reader at home. At Seekers, we believe in being proactive, and we believe that your child is in charge of the reader that he or she becomes. That being said, we also believe that it's our job to help coach kids in how to be proactive. We refer to the Accelerated Reading Program as AR, so all books, materials, practices that involve the Accelerated Reading Program are given the label AR. For example, AR books, AR quizzes, AR baggies, AR logs. Every day, your child has the amazing opportunity to read with you. When your child gets to school, there's a chance to take a comprehension quiz on that book that you read together. Then the student will track the score on their AR log and head down to the library to get a new book to share with you the next night. I encourage you to be proactive at home by finding a spot and a time that works best for you and your family to read together. Decide on a time that works for your family. It might be at night or in the morning, on the car ride to school, before bed, whatever works for you, because every family is different and so is their schedule. Find what works for you. I want you to understand a little bit about how to get started with the AR program. Your child will need an A in their backpack, a Ziploc baggie with the student's name on it and the library barcode, an AR log that looks something like this. Their name will be at the top, and later you'll see a level as we get deeper into this process. In the backpack, there should be a level book. This weekend, it should feel too easy. And for the next week or so, because I need you to trust me that I'm teaching your child not only how to approach the book and read the text every night, but at school, I'm also teaching them how to log on to the computer, which is a very lengthy process. I have found in my experience that the easier the book level, the easier it is for me to get all the kids through the AR test in the morning. So, if you'll bear with me for a couple weeks with low-level books, I'll then start to find your child's just right book for them, and I'll make sure that they're reading a book that's a good fit. Your child should also have a leveled book in their backpack, but they will also need an adult or a strong reader that's able to act as a coach for them, and a special place to read. So there's three ways that we ask you to read. The first is a read to. This is where you read to the child. You put the book in your hand and you read to them while the child reads the pictures or follows along as you read. Pictures are important. The next way is a read with. This is where the child holds the book and they attempt to walk through the story, but they might get stuck on a word or two, and your job is to coach them through that word. Most of the time, if it's a hard word, I just tell the kids the word because I want to keep the flow of the book at this point. Then mark off that you read with your child, and then give the book to the child to go off and read by themselves. Some kids read at night in bed, some read on the way to school in the morning, whatever works best for you, but that child needs to reflect on that story by themselves and walk through those pictures again. Then mark that they read individually, and then sign it. You can just put mom or grandma, or you can just put your initials, whatever works for you and your family. And then when they get to school and take their quiz, Miss J will write the score, and I usually put some sort of word of encouragement, and then I'll write the date and title for the next book for you. First things first, growing a reader takes time and practice. Before you know it, your child's reading will take off, but only if you are really making reading a priority. Please respect your child's reading level and compare your child only to his or her younger self, not to you or to other kids. When you grab that book, I want you to first start by reading the cover. This would be the author, the illustrator, the title of the book, and the picture. As you go, really remind your student to read those pictures. For example, one of the books that you're going to bring home in the first couple days is Pig Digs, and it's actually a journal or a captain's log, and your child might not notice that if they're not reading the pictures. In the top corner of the picture, it has a day of the week, and one of the questions that book that the quiz asks about the book says, what did Pig do on Tuesday? If your child isn't paying attention to those picture clues, they're not going to be able to answer all the questions on the AR quiz. An AR quiz usually consists of 5 questions. As the books grow and increase in length, you might see a quiz that has 10 questions. When you're reading, I ask that you reset quickly. If a child doesn't know a word at this point, tell them the word and keep going. You want to keep the flow of the book. And when you're finished reading, reflect. It's so great to enter a dialogue with your student and to reflect on the characters, the problem, the solution, and the setting. It makes reading come to life. And then I ask that you reward positive reading behaviors. And so I'm going to get into that in a little bit, but keep in mind that reading is a celebration. Your child will not only reflect how you approach text and reading, but also how you approach the reading time. If you're excited to read with your child and have some quality moments with them, your child's going to be excited to visit with you as well. Likewise, if you're annoyed, stressed, rushed, all the things that I find myself as a parent being sometimes, the nightly reading can also reflect that. So I really encourage you to make this reading time a special time and to think about how you want to approach it with your child. My older draft parents report that although this reading time was at times a struggle or challenging to fit in, when they look back on their favorite and most precious moments with their children, reading together every night is something they really cherished, they really loved, and they really now miss. It was a special time that they were able to connect with their kids. And I hope that for you too. I hope that when you look back, you enjoyed every night cuddling up together with a good book. I know it's not always easy, but in the end, it really is a special time. Setting a reading goal is a way to model how to manage your both school and fun for your child. It's also a great way to teach your student how to reward him or herself by celebrating. You're encouraged at home to set a family goal by using AR. I really, really believe that it's important for us to teach children how to find a balance in their daily lives, a balance between work and play. 20 minutes of reading nightly can be an academic game changer. And I can tell you from my experience, it really shows the kids that are reading and the kids that can't get it in every night. Not to mention that your child will naturally start to find books that they love, topics that they don't care so much for, and really start to understand themselves as a reader with the nightly exposure. One of the ways that you can keep reading exciting with your child is by goal setting. Examples of great goals might be get five 100% in a row, or earn 15 100s this month, or later when we start a series, which would be like reading all the Fly Guy books, or all the books about bugs, or the Olivia series. A great example of a goal would be in February, I'm going to complete a series at 90% or higher, or I'm going to read 2 series this month. Goal setting can really make reading fun and build that bridge between school and home. So please let me know what goals you're setting as a family, and I will encourage at school. I really want you to remember that it's Mrs. Jeffrey's job to model, challenge, and teach, and it's your job as a parent to practice, encourage, coach, and model quality reading behaviors. Reading should not be frustrating for you or your child. My rule is, when in doubt, call timeout. If you can keep in mind that Mrs. J's job is to teach your child how to word attack, problem solve, and do so by using higher level text, and that your job is to just practice the reading, it will take a lot of stress off of both you and your child. Let Miss J be the pusher. You should be the encourager and the high fiver. Model how reading is an adventure and it can be fun. Talk about characters, setting, and plots. Running into problems with a book character can be a great way to start a dialogue about your family expectations for problem solving. It's also an opportunity to reminisce about past adventures that you've had or experiences with your family, or to even start a conversation about things you want to do as a family in the future. Making a connection to the text brings the characters to life and takes the reader deeper into the story. Use this time to build a dialogue and a deeper relationship with your child. Conversation shows you care. My rule of thumb is if you're starting to find more than 5 errors in every couple pages, you need to send me a note. take the book, read to your child, and let me know. It means it's not a just right fit. And so we'll get you a new book. It happens every once in a while, but there is no need to stress out during reading time. Reading should be fun at home. At Seacrest, we believe that the AR program is a partnership between the child, the parent, the teacher, and school. One of the things that we do is use Parent Connect. If you ever have any questions or concerns about your child's nightly reading materials, daily scoring, or any reading behaviors, please don't hesitate to contact me. When we fix problems quickly, we show your student that reading time is an important time for us and that goal setting and tracking is a priority. On Monday, I want you to check your student's backpack for in the orange folder for a paper that says Parent Connect. This will have information you need to connect to the accelerated reading program at home. You can receive an email every time your student quizzes, and this will help you to create a daily dialogue with your student and help you guide your child towards finding the just right books. Sometimes a kid wants to try a book that might not be a good fit in subject matter, or it might be too high or too low, and then wonky scores start happening. When you see this, you can help your child learn how to organize their thoughts about books and how they select books. I will tell you that several parents have reported that their day starts when they receive the daily score. They wait for it in the morning and for that little email to pop up, and it helps set the tone for their day. Parents have loved being able to see their child acquire books on their virtual bookshelf and to track classroom learning goals from home. The data dashboard AR provides is really nice, so I encourage you to check out Parent Connect. Don't ever hesitate to call me. I really want to work together with you to help your child become the best reader possible. Above all, I want you to have fun, enjoy the books, enjoy reading, enjoy getting to know all the different characters, the different genres, enjoy the adventures of going to different places and seeing different problems. Again, contact me if you need anything, but have fun reading. See you soon, giraffes.